Hello, welcome to the Cyber Notes Cast, our podcast by the cybersecurity company Senhasegura, and this content channel is dedicated to presenting the best articles taken from our blog. And today we're going to talk about best data security practices every Infosec leader should know. Maintaining data security through cyber defense is one of the great challenges for organizations, especially after the regulation of data protection laws. Maintaining data security is a major concern for organizations today. According to an IBM study, the average cost of a data breach is estimated at $4.35 million. In addition, companies need to manage a large volume of information, which arrives faster and faster, often in complex and hybrid IT environments, in a context in which remote work increases the vulnerability of the business. In this sense, it is essential to adopt the best cybersecurity practices in order to reduce losses related to the interruption of activities, loss of reputation, and lawsuits. With that in mind, we prepared this Cyber Notes Cast episode to explore the topic. To make it easier to listen, we have divided our content by topics. They are: 1. What are the best practices for data security? 2. What are the 5 pillars of security? 3. What are the 5 C's of cybersecurity? 4. Conclusion. Enjoy your reading. 1. What are the best practices for data security? The best practices to promote data security are: know where your organization's critical assets are. Invest in cybersecurity solutions. Promote cyber awareness. Develop and test incident response plans and disaster recovery plans. Create third-party cybersecurity assessment policies. Take out cyber insurance. Check out each one of them in detail. Know where your organization's critical assets are. To protect sensitive data, it is essential to have visibility over this information and the devices through which this data travels and is stored, that is, to know if they are on premises, in the cloud, or with third parties. In this sense, the first step is to audit this data and document it. That's because companies wouldn't be able to effectively control and govern their data if they didn't know what information they have, where it's stored, how it's shared, and who can access it. Invest in cybersecurity solutions. Another important measure to be taken by companies that want to invest in cyber defense is to adopt cybersecurity solutions, such as PAM, which makes it possible to control user access to privileged data. In practice, PAM allows applying the principle of least privilege, providing each user with only the necessary privileges to carry out their tasks. Promote cyber awareness. Users are the most vulnerable factor when it comes to cybersecurity. Thus, it is highly advisable to invest in training to promote cyber awareness, educating them about the risks and teaching them the best security practices. A good cyber awareness program involves different steps and approaches and should be customized according to the organization's profile and needs. However, it is essential that all employees adhere to it, especially senior management, who must encourage others by example. In addition, it should not limit itself to offering guidelines on how to avoid common cyber threats, but present to employees the restrictive measures determined by the company and its security policies. Develop and test incident response plans and disaster recovery plans. To ensure data security, it is also recommended to develop and test incident response plans and disaster recovery plans. An incident response plan consists of a document that contains all the planning for each type of IT event that can motivate attacks or data leakage. The disaster recovery plan is a document that has the function of instructing on how to respond to unplanned incidents, such as power outages, cyber attacks, and natural disasters. Create third-party cybersecurity assessment policies. Your company's cybersecurity assessment policies should address your vendors. After all, your organization's touchpoints have access to your data, impacting your privacy. Therefore, promote security and privacy policies that involve service providers, ensure their implementation, and measure their effects. Take out cyber insurance. Cyber insurance contributes to the protection of a company, as it covers its own losses and third-party claims. Its role is not to protect digital assets, but to mitigate financial losses related to an incident and provide defense and liability coverage in the event of a data breach that results in a lawsuit. 2. What are the 5 pillars of security? The 5 pillars of information security are: integrity, confidentiality, availability, Authenticity. Legality. Learn more about each of them. Integrity. The pillar of integrity is what makes it possible to maintain the original characteristics of the data, as they were created. This means that the information must not be altered without authorization and, in the event of improper updating of the data, there has been a loss of integrity. Confidentiality. According to this pillar, information must be protected from unauthorized access, ensuring the organization's privacy. For this, password authentication, encryption, and biometric scanning can be used. Availability. This pillar refers to the need to keep data available for whatever is needed, enabling user access at any time. For this, permanent access to system information through debugging, constant updates, and quick maintenance is essential. It is worth mentioning that systems are vulnerable to several threats, including denial attacks, blackouts, and fires. Authenticity. The data must be legitimate, without being tampered with by unauthorized users pretending to be employees. For this, it is essential to document everything that users do on networks and systems. Legality. Security policies should also ensure that all activities associated with information within the organization are carried out in compliance with the law, including data protection laws, such as the General Data Privacy Regulation (GDPR) or the California Consumer Privacy Act (CCPA). 3. What are the 5 C's of cybersecurity? The 5 C's of cybersecurity are: change, compliance, cost, continuity, coverage. Learn more about each of them. Change. Organizations constantly face challenges related to technology, finance, and competition, among others. In this sense, the ability to adapt to changes provides companies with several advantages. Compliance. Staying compliant with security requirements is another challenge faced by companies of all sizes and industries. However, it is essential to act in accordance with security policies and regulations, under the risk of suffering data breaches, interruption of activities, loss of credibility, and financial losses. Cost. Costs impact the survival of organizations. As such, it is crucial to understand its importance and understand that too many resources are often installed on host computers and supporting client applications. Continuity. Configuring data backups may not guarantee the full security that a company needs. However, it is possible to use SaaS solutions to prevent problems. Generally, these solutions have computer servers with integrated backup, which guarantees the continuity of operations in case of unforeseen events. Coverage. Business expansion involves a series of risks, threats, and expenses. However, SaaS gives organizations access to technology resources that do not limit their growth through centralized management and oversight. 4. Conclusion. In this Cyber Notes Cast episode, we shared the best practices for promoting data security. Was this content relevant to you? Share with someone who is interested in the topic. Was our content relevant to you? Then share it with someone also interested in the topic. Thank you very much for listening. I look forward to seeing you in the next Cyber Notes Cast.